Yeehaw, ladies and gentlemen, we are live back again with the second day of modern industrialization. Last time we did all the basics. I did a ton of work there in the middle. And now we're back to basically try to finish the rest of it up. There is a little bit left that I know we have to do. A couple gases, some liquids that I'm not entirely sure how to make. But the whole goal of this is to have as much as we possibly can automated. And so there's going to be a couple things that we're going to need to do in addition to just like strictly modern industrialization stuff in order to get this stuff going. So one of those things is to get a couple of bees set up in order to get some crude oil, which you have to make some of the polyethylene and some stuff like that. We got an oily bee the other day, but get back in here and show you what we've done. We got the monitor up and running still. But like we did last time, we created this little area back here. I'll start here though. We added a beehive with some crude oil with 5 oily bees in here that are producing these oily comb blocks, which are getting, as I've showed before, pulled into the modular router, sent back to the ME system, crafted into combs, and sent back. What's up, Will? How's it going? How's the day been? In addition to that, we added a crap ton more of these coke furnaces. We added some more of our basic steam blast furnaces. We've got some extra stuff set up in here. I'm going to go through all of this in a video to sort of walk through what you have to make certain things and what my suggestions are for getting through modern industrialization. It's going to be less of a how-to guide and more of a here's everything that I had to set up to make that large advanced motor that you have to make for all the ModStar. So it's going to be targeted to that directly. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a really good day. We've put a little bit of time and effort into our base lately. We're making it a little bit bigger, making sure we got plenty of room and space for everything that we want to put in here. I kind of expected modern industrialization to take up a little bit more space. Also, I have to find some way to redo that in an automated fashion so that it functions correctly. I need a way to take a single pattern and have it put the items in here and the fluids up there. I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So that's one of the things that we need to figure out in order to actually automate this. But we also need to get raw titanium coming in, which we need a diamond bee and a iron bee for. That's another one of the things we got to set up. Titanium. But I will have to have a titanium block in front of them as well. So I may have to have some actual, fluid sieving machine. Fermented, oh, okay, that's not it. So that's just crushing it back down. Tiny titanium dust. Dirty aluminum dust is what I need to make tiny titanium dust. Heck yeah. Now, PCs are a lot of fun, especially because it allows you to play modded Minecraft. So I'm glad you're excited. That's sick. Hopefully, once you do get to that point, you will find the tutorials helpful. All right, so we need to make the tiny titanium dust, which I think that's the only way to actually do it, is to get this. Unless there is... Now, I don't have any extras, and I don't think there's any that you get just from, like, achievements or anything like that. So if that's the case, then we need to make this into a pattern. The tiny titanium dust. Because that should be pretty easy. And then I need to figure out how to make dirty aluminum. Macerator aluminum clump. How do you get aluminum clumps? Oh, you take raw aluminum. Okay, we can do this. So that's going to go in here. Yo, what's up? How's it going? We're currently working our way to titanium. So we've got that. So to get the dirty aluminum, we need a crusher with the aluminum clumps, I believe. Let's go throw this in the crusher and let's see how that works. Thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. That's a compressor. This is the crusher. So we throw that in there. Oh, but I need the primary output to be the other one. So let's clear that real quick. I love and hate patterns for this reason. Like, I can make the pattern for this, but for some reason it puts the primary output as this aluminum dust because that is more of what it makes. However, I need the 3 tiny titanium dust it makes to be the primary, so that way the system knows to make that. So let's grab the aluminum dust so it knows it's going to make that as well. It should be making, it said 4 of those. We'll get this pattern. I think it went into this. So now, theoretically, I should be able to make... The hot titanium ingots are just this once it's smelted, so I've got to make that, and then this goes into here. But once again, it's got to have some extra stuff. So this should just be a craft. Let's see how much of the dust we can actually get going. We're not necessarily that close to the star. I've been focusing on really trying to flesh out everything for the mod so that I understand them. And I can make videos on helping other people do some of the things. Having said that, like, we've got all of some of them. Number of items, it should be showing both. So, like, I think I've got all the dimensional seeds that I need. As well as some of the other things. Like, I've got all the rainbow furnaces set up to craft. There's some of the pneumatic craft stuff that I need to set up. And then, like, I don't have blast-proof casings yet, but that's not going to be hard to make. Especially once we finish up with some of this stuff. So, we're getting close. Place the pattern provider in the middle. And pipe the separate inputs into a subnet. I'm going to be honest, I haven't messed with subnets at all. Place a pattern provider in the middle and pipe the separate inputs on a subnet. Or, so are you just saying run, like put the pattern provider, say here, and then run an input cable to there and then one up at the top as well? Because those are both coming in. I didn't want to break that one, but that's okay. We'll put it there. So if I throw a pattern provider here, the 2 things I need to import into are here and there. That was one too high. So if I were to export bus there and there, I don't even know if an export bus is really the best way to do that. It probably would be pipes, right? So I tried to do this earlier. The problem I ran into was that the pattern provider doesn't like to push everything out into like a singular... Well, it likes to put it out into one location, so like into one device. And so like I tried to do it with like a chest and a tank next to it and then to import everything from there, and it didn't like that. So what would be the best way to get around that? Item input. We may put it in there. I don't want it to take any of those channels there because that's kind of full. Some sort of pipe that can filter. But I was thinking too, so like I had a chest out to one side and then I was using the fluid pipes along with a bucket But the problem is I think this pattern provider needs something that can store both items and liquids simultaneously in order to push to it. And I don't know what sort of storage has that option. ME interface. So if I make one of these, I want to craft it. I want to make a pattern for it, then we'll craft it that way because that's way easier. Is it only one type of item? No, it's not. So I'm going to need... I think it pulled the patterns back in. Yo, what's up? How's it going? So I'm going to need it to do a lot of different types of liquids and a lot of different types of items. But I need all of the items to go right there, and I need all the liquids to go up here. If that makes any sense at all. But I don't know the best way to get it to do that. I'm going to put the interface, unless I did just do that. I can't remember if I did or not. I don't think so. I can get it to pull back. I'm not worried about it pulling back. Interface, make me one of those. So will the pattern provider dump stuff into the ME interface? I really meant to put that on top. I hate having a strong pickaxe. Sometimes that's so annoying. And then it always picks up to my ME system too. Separate drawer controller, yes. All right, ME interface. Will it dump it into here? Can I pull out of here? So theoretically. We're going to there. Throw that one right there. But I didn't know a separate ME system would be easier then. Make 2 1K drives for fluid items and put the pattern provider on the interface. So you're saying, would I have to get like a controller and everything set up for that? If you push into an ME interface, the items fluid go straight back into the AE. Yeah, right. That makes sense. That does actually make a lot of sense. So it's not actually going to get pulled out to there. See, this is the problem that I was running in with earlier. I don't have a good solution for this pattern provider to be able to push everything it needs to into a singular location that I can then filter out. Because I could filter it out, like very similar to what I did over here. Like these are sorting like 20 different types of items to put on these arcane pedestals, but they're all actual items, right? Force fire for energy. Don't need another controller. That makes sense. Okay. So stop hovering. We're going to break that and break that. We're going to leave that up there. I don't want it going right there, but I guess it's going to have to. I should just need 4, 3. No, because even these can just pull back into the ME system. I don't even need them connected to what we're doing now. This is just the export part, which is already set up. All I need to do is from here. Okay, so you said get 2 drives. A drive. Oh, it doesn't even let me do that. Should I grab like an actual ME drive to put them in? What are we putting these in? That, or you can make a few 4x4 drawers for all the items and types you need in fluid drawers. I feel like that's going to be more complicated. I would rather have something that could literally look grouping them together so all the recipes that need the same fluids are made by one machine, then set those fluids to be exported. So that's not a bad idea, but the problem is that this thing actually accepts and stores the fluids. And so I couldn't set it to just like a certain type of fluid. It would have to be several types. So the recipes we're looking at here, and they're these ones. Coil, what is that used for? This guy. So we're looking at getting argon and silicon dust. We need for these monocrystalline silicons. We're going to need to put oxygen and copper dust in there to get annealed copper. Manganese, sulfuric solution, and raw titanium to actually make the titanium we're looking at. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I need some way to filter out actual items and fluids from a pattern provider to dump them both in. Because I could do it by hand, but everything else up till this point exactly, I've automated. Yo, what's up, Paul? How's it going? How are you? We're trying to figure out a way to get items and fluids from a pattern provider into this Panther coil electric blast furnace because I want to be able to make it completely automated where it just dumps everything out and this just accepts everything. And then we're able to make the thing and it'll import back in. And the import part's easy. I just have these two import buses here that'll tie back into the ME system. But the pattern provider will not push the items unless it has a singular location to put both the liquids and the liquids and the items in. We were saying maybe make just like a separate ME system with two 1K drives that it dumps into, which I don't mind the idea of. Because then it would just store all the stuff and then dump it into the system itself or the electric blast furnace. But to do that, would we need to add an ME drive in there within a fluid? You tell me I didn't automate any fluid. That's what I'm saying. Make one machine that only uses argon 3, for example, and the pattern recipe is just the... Oh, okay. So I hear what you're saying. The problem with that is setting up these machines is ridiculously expensive and time consuming. Which and it's not even really necessary to have several of them. Make one machine that only uses argon 3, for example. And then yes, that would work if I wanted to set up several of these. So we set up an ME drive. I need to put fluid storage, and an item. I just need one. Each recipe should just have one fluid type. Quantum entangloporter. I've not messed with that. It can hold liquids. Okay, okay. I think I have them. Okay, quantum entangloporter. That guy. So it can hold both, right? What do I need to do to private mode? So I set it to a frequency. So that is going to store both fluids and items now. That's just that. Side config. So fluids, import, import, import. Okay, sweet. Okay, but I already have these. All right, fine. I'll make a new frequency. What's this thing called? Electric blast furnace. I'm going to put my name on there so people know it's mine. All right, private set to me. And then if I use an item pipe, I should be able to dump there. And a fluid pipe. I should be able to dump there, right? Is this is what we're thinking is a good plan? If I'm doing anything wrong, tell me. I'll grab 2 upgrades real quick so it just does it quickly. Oh, I don't have to worry about it. I gotta go find my patterns for this though. Patterns. I know annealed copper's one of them. That one's one of them. Is there anything else? That one's one of them. So these 3 all go in there. So theoretically, if I tell it to make do a copper annealed, need to set the size properly in the entangled folder config. Okay, that's right. So it accepts through there. Thank you for the subscription, whoever that was. I appreciate it. I'm terrible at looking over in time, so I apologize. So item config, that's output. Fluid config, that's output. And it should pull it right away. So annealed copper hot ingots 10 next start. Dude, this is why I stream right here. I probably spent 45 minutes looking at this earlier, not being able to figure it out at all. Like, I ran absolutely everything I could think of. As far as all kinds of tanks and stuff. I mean, I did all of it. Couldn't figure it out. I get on here for... How long have we been streaming? 20 minutes? And you guys figure it out for me. I appreciate that so much. This was a fantastic suggestion. And is working perfectly. Like, we're getting the annealed copper. Which is exactly what we needed. Okay, so those recipes should be fully automated now. And it should only push in the correct amount of whatever fluids and items. Which means that we should be able to get the titanium we need for the titanium B. Which means that we now have to go get the other 2 types of bees we need to make the titanium B. So let's get, what were they? Diamond B and iron B, I think? Iron B. I have neglected bees pretty harshly so far in this playthrough. Compressed iron, crimson iron. That's the normal iron. So I need crystalline and ashy mining. Crystalline is nether, which is the quartz one. That's easy. And ashy mining. Gravel, dirt, sand, and what biomes? Any. Okay, so get me dirt nest. And no way, I don't have a wooden sword. That's crazy. All right, dirt nest. I need a whole bunch of, what are they called? Honey treats? Honey treats? Yeah, those guys. Just make me like 200 of them. I'll snag them all. We're going to go fly up. We're going to see if we can get ourselves an ashy mining bee. We're going to clean out our inventory too, because that's a little ridiculous right now. All right, much better. Did I put them all in my backpack? That's not what I was trying to do. All right, dump it all back in here. Oh, I forgot I had that in my backpack. Okay, so now we're looking for... What was I coming in here? I forgot what I was grabbing anyways. Doesn't matter. All right, we need to come up here, throw a dirt nest down. Oh, I was grabbing the catchers, the cages. Cage. Do I have an ashy mining? Oil, prismarine. I do not. Okay, good. I could just use normal bee cages. I do have a couple sturdy. That wasn't the one we wanted. But I'm not too worried. I mean, the bee cages are not that expensive. That one wasn't it either. Are there any biomes that are like better for finding ashy mining bees? Because it just looked like it said overworld use dirt nest. I do know the crystalline one's going to be really easy to get. And then we'll have our iron one and we'll just have to make the the diamond bee from there. Something's telling me I might be in the wrong place. At least it kind of seems like that. Is that all of them? I need treats. Did that look like the right one? I don't know if I clicked OK. Oh, yep, that's the ashy mining bee we need. Okay. Pick that up, take it with us. Next, we're going to go to the nether. We're going to make ourselves... What is that? The... quartz nest. That one. I don't have nether quartz ore. Well, looks like we're going to grab some of that first. Grab some nether quartz ore, and that should get us a crystalline bee. Should get us the iron bee we need. All right. I don't know how, but somehow a whole bunch of zombies from my base got into here. And they've just sort of been terrorizing the whole place. We got a quartz nest. Do I just feed it nether quartz, I think? That's a chocolate mining. That's the ashy mining, the one we want to keep. Come up here real quick, somewhere a little bit out of the way so we're not going to get pestered the whole time. And we'll use this. This should be 100%, I think, for crystalline bees. Yep. Okay, got a crystalline bee. We got our ashy mining bee. Homer. Home. We're going to head on over to our baby incubator thing. Grab a couple flowers. What are they called? Got a lot of these, so we'll use them. And to here. Pull both of those out. Add some flowers. I need ashy mining and crystalline. Iron bee. Perfect. Hey, how's it going? You've added on. That's exciting. I have added on ever so slightly as well. So that's our iron bee. I'm going to need this guy to grow up pretty quickly, though. So we're going to pop him out. Get him growing up. And then I need the diamond bee. Which should be pretty easy. And again, the point of making these bees is just so that we can get some titanium going pretty quickly. Why wouldn't it let me pick? Oh, because that's a used cage. That checks out. All right, got our iron bee. The crystalline up there. We got our iron here. We're going to have to stream together sometime so you can help me automate mech. Oh, I can do that. Hey, that's actually something I can help with. It took me a while to figure it out, but my whole system's automated now. So, yeah, I can definitely help out there. All right. We got the iron bee. Next up, we need a diamond bee. Diamond bees are ender bees and lapis bees. Popped chorus fruit on an endstone nest. That's so easy. And lapis bees, blue banded, and redstone. So I already got the blue banded. Figured out the wireless. Nice. Okay. Redstone is chocolate mining and a glowing bee. All right, so glowstone nest. And that'll get us there. So glowstone. Stone. Nest. Make a wooden sword. And some glowstone real quick. We got ourselves a glowing nest. I assume this has to be in the nether as well. And that I had to feed it glowstone. What allows you to have more than 64 items in your inventory? That messes up a lot of people. I had questions on YouTube about it almost every time I stream. So the universal terminal has an upgrade that you can put in here called a magnet card, and it gives you these settings here. Actually, it just unlocks a second magnet. Just a wireless universal terminal. It allows you to have this restock option. So if I turn that off, it shows me what I actually have. If I turn it back on, it'll allow me to pull stuff out of my inventory to actually like use. So I still only have the 31, but on my hotbar, it'll show whatever I actually have in my inventory. So it's the restock option and the wireless universal terminal. It is really cool, and I totally get why people ask about it, but that's what it is. Your videos are extremely helpful. I'm so glad that you guys find them helpful. I've started a new thing that I think we're going to announce later this week with some other modded Minecraft YouTubers, and I have quickly come to realize how little I actually know about modded Minecraft, because we're doing some of the Greg Tech stuff, and man, the fact that you guys find my videos helpful sometimes amazes me a little bit, because there are some people that know a lot more than me. Never knew it was like, yeah, absolutely. I do not mind helping people out at all. Restock option right there. The universal terminal is really cool too, because you combine all of the other terminals. And so you can do your crafting, your pattern encoding. You can access all your patterns right from one wireless universal terminal. So I could be anywhere and do any of those things. Set up auto crafting for whatever I want. Pretty cool. All right, so we got the glowing bee. I think the glowing bee needed to be combined with the chocolate mining bee for something. Glowing bee. That's the refined glowstone bee. Where's the actual glowing bee? Oh, it's not called glowstone, it's glowing. That checks out. I'm really missing universal terminal on SF5. Yeah, it's fair. I do saying, what does John say? Now, in what context is that used? Like, are you guys trying to figure stuff out? And the question is always, what is John doing? That's funny. Only the default terminal is in there. Oof, that's rough. That is rough. Okay, so this guy, bee breeding. Yeah, we're looking to make the redstone bee. So we combine this with our chocolate mining one that we got earlier. And then we should get our redstone bee. And I know we have to combine the redstone bee with something else as well in order to get the diamond bee. No, the redstone's actually, I think, in order to get the lapis. I think we're like 2 or 3 steps back here. Where are my cages? There they are. All right. We got the redstone bee. So lapis is blue banded in redstone. Blue banded in redstone. Okay, so we got to let the redstone bee grow up real quick. Never done bees before, but I will get to it. Yeah, I not my favorite in the world. There's a lot of mods that I like better, but for modern industrialization specifically, you can get some of the ores from it way easier. Extended wireless pattern access terminal, as it has the search bar so you don't have to scroll. Yo, that's sick. Yo, Chef, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We got a new member to add. Let's go. That's exciting. Let's see. We'll catch the redstone. I will add you. We have a board. This gigantic TV that's in the center of my base. No, we don't use little signs here and there. We use the gigantic computer craft TV. I will put you on this momentarily. Let me finish what I'm doing, because if I forget what I'm doing and I lose my train of thought, it's going to take me forever to get back to it. We've got the redstone bee that has now grown up. We need the redstone bee and a blue banded bee to get the lapis bee. Let's find which one of these is the blue banded one. That one. We will throw flowers in here. It's ready to go. Bee cage captured. His personal hunter intent. Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right. It's cool, but what's cooler is the fact that I coded a script in Lua specifically just to run through and display people's names. That's an entire new coding language that I've never learned or done anything in before. So you guys are welcome. Just got into the game last week. Got my first vibranium armor piece. Thanks for helping me. I'll be here for long. Heck yeah, that's awesome. It's dope. I'm glad y'all think so. I thought it was cool too. I was trying to find some way because like everybody does like, oh, all my supporters get like a sign and will glow it and all of that, right? I just wanted it to be like a little bit cooler. Also for Christmas, we had it all decorated up with a Christmas tree and some lights and stuff too. That was cool. What's up, Nightmare? How's it going? Okay, so we got our lapis bee, right? That's this one. So we need this guy to grow up real quick. So grab my flowers again. Lapis bee needs to grow up, and we're combining this with something else to make the diamond bee. I know we're like one step away here. What is the quickest way to farm netherite? From personal experience, I would recommend getting the netherite seeds from Mystical Agriculture. That's what I'm doing. And how much netherite do I have? Netherite. I have 26k netherite ingots, and it looks like it's auto-crafting all of my essence into it. So all of the essence, where's it at? Over here. Netherite. I don't know, I see the essence anywhere. Is it all the way down here? Netherite essence. Yeah, so this netherite essence made by the netherite seeds. Pretty easy to do through Mystical Agriculture. Throw it in the ground, and it absolutely cooks. Like, it goes really fast. Digital mine, yes. To start with, digital miner in the mining dimension. But if you actually want to like to automate it, that's the quickest way to farm it. Use the bee grower. There's a bee grower thing too. Oh, this incubator. Yeah. Okay, I could do that. Is that what? That's what this is, right? The breeding and the incubator. Yeah. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I haven't even used that. I don't like bees. To clear it up. I don't like bees. Bees not my thing. I don't enjoy it. I'm doing this entirely to get titanium automated. That's it. My user has 80 to 130 netherite. Everybody 30. Yes, that is very true. Ancient Night on a spawner is great too. That is also a very good point. You'll get a lot doing that. Digital miner probably is easiest until you get some. And then the fact that I have 24k and I haven't done really anything for any of them, not bad. I do like that. I mean, there's probably 5 different ways listed there that everybody just everybody has a different way. I think that's kind of cool. I need a base. I need to redo mine. I'm not a builder by any stretch of the imagination, but at some point I'm going to upgrade the base to make it look nice. We need to get an ender bee, pop coarse fruit on an endstone nest. End stone. Is that not how you spell that? Endstone nest. Oh, there's a space in it. Didn't realize that. Got it. Endstone nest. The lapis bee is the one I need. And then I need the pop coarse fruit. Popped coarse fruit. Got plenty of that. Head to the end real quick. Oh, that's not where my thing is. Added benefit opportunity, you put all ammonium pick with a lens, get tons of all ammonium ore. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, that'll work fine. We'll just do it here. That way other people, in case they want to, can also use the nests that are here. I think... Oh no, it looks like I picked... Oh, they're also here, yep. That guy down, pop coarse fruit on it. You're okay at it? Yeah, I feel that. But the only way I'm going to improve at actually making nice bases and making them look nice is if I do it. So I kind of want to. Did you make sure to set the frequency after you made it? I am confused. You're behind. Oh, okay. Are we talking about the Entangloporter? Because I did. I actually already had an Entangloporter made. So I was able to just use the one I had. I did reset the frequency so it's set for exactly what it's there for. This should be our diamond bee now. Yeah, well, it's got it. Okay, cool. Bee cage. Diamond bee. Snag those back. So let's have diamond B, iron B. So how does this thing work? Somebody walk me through. How does the baby incubator work? If I put this in here, is that the thing that helps them grow up? Is that what that is? Sent back. Oh, that's funny. Spaces are usually just a big square with. That's exactly where I'm at right now. I dug a cave. That's like the lore behind my house. I literally just dug a cave and then just started setting stuff up. You need to add a honey tree to turn them into adults. Oh, that's really easy. Okay, well, I am going to have to do that here in like 2 seconds anyway. So iron B, diamond B. Add some more of those. We get a titanium B. And then you're saying I can snag some honey treats. Take my titanium B in there. Ooh. There's no way we're saying this is faster than me spamming it with flowers. Is this the way? This is the way? I mean, I guess I have to do other stuff anyways. I don't have a 50 by 50 floating plane that's mostly empty. I get that. I get that. It has speed upgrades. It doesn't have the speedier upgrades. I guess we could upgrade to speedier upgrades. Why are you trying to export draconic cone blocks? Okay, it worked there. Perfect. We'll snag those out and we'll put the speedier ones in just a second. Anyways, I needed to do productive bees. I need to grab a beehive, an expansion box, and I need to grab 4 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need to come set them up in here. The acacia beehive goes right there. Expansion box goes on top. This guy's going to get those. We put our titanium right there. Speedier's done. Yes. That was quick. How quickly can I Can I just keep going? Because I need 5 of them. They don't have a mating cool? This is sick. I actually really like this. Okay, so now... Ooh! Okay. I need more honey treats. No, y'all are right. Y'all are right. That's quick as heck. Are the upgrades in their regular speed? They were speed upgrades. Now they're speedier upgrades. And a feeding slab. The plan is not to put a feeding slab here. I want to put like the actual blocks because I personally think it looks cooler. Like with all my draconic ones, we put the dragon eggs there. I couldn't figure out a way to get crude oil onto a feeding block. And so this is what we came up with. It's going to make this entire cage look like poop because I have to have a slab here holding the oil in. I couldn't figure out another way around it without it spilling out. You know what I probably could have done is the same as what we did here. I probably could have done something like this to hold it in. And it would look better than this. I didn't even think about that. I may look at doing that. Let's put titanium bees. Why do they look different? 4, 5, okay. And then I just have to get a block of titanium. I forgot to tag the Ender Garden with a data frame before I killed... Oh, the Ender Dragon? You can spawn it back in. All I have to do is get some end crystals and put it in the 4 spots in the building inside. You could use a framed trap door and then apply the same block so it doesn't stand out. That actually is a really good idea. So trapdoor. What kind of trapdoor would we think? Do we warped trapdoors maybe? I don't know if I have enough warped wood. What if we did like a metal one? Are there any black ones? Tinted glass trapdoor. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. Hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm doing well. Tinted glass. How hard is this to make? Oh, I don't have any glass made. Make me 1,000. Thank you. Start. Use framed trapdoor, then click with whatever block. Okay. Framed. Trapdoor. These guys. Frame slabs. Frame cubes. Why don't I have enough planks? Thank you. Hopefully that's enough. Slabs. Into trapdoors. Nope, those are edges. That's not it. Trapdoors, 6 of them. Where'd the rest of my slabs go? Slabs. There they are. Got 2 frame trapdoors. I feel bad for setting up auto crafting for that. Honestly, the aesthetic of it was probably my favorite part. Framed. I feel like there are so many people that just create so many more aesthetic things than I do. So let's do framed cube into the framed slabs. Framed slabs. If I'm doing more than I have to, please somebody tell me. I ran out of patterns right there. Patterns, restock. Better efficiency when making various frames blocks. See, here's the problem. I'm probably not going to care too much about efficiency here in like 2 seconds. And then framed trapdoors. That one. Because I have more wood essence than I know what to do with. So all I should have to do is throw the 3 of these in here. And then I need one of y'all to tell me what block we should use. Frame trapdoors. Give me... Just do 100 of them. Because I'm probably going to do each layer. I just did it like this because now I don't have to remember either way. I've got more than enough of it. Throwing it through auto crafting. Gotta be some blue-green. You could do these. And then we're going to need a bucket to pick that oil up. Because otherwise it's going to spill everywhere when I break the blocks. All right, dump that, dump that. We'll keep these for now. Pick up that. And break it with what we've got. I think I can put one down here too, right? So like if I put trapdoor there, I think I'm gonna have to have a block in front, then also put a trapdoor there, not that one, and close it. And then I just have to do this the whole way. Kill. I think that's going to look better. We agree. We agree that'll look better. Cover the entire front of the platform with framed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, with the ancient stone bricks. That's not a bad idea. 2, 3, 4, 5. But because I have to have something beneath, I'm also putting these here. And then we're just going to close each of these. And leave those there. We'll grab... that guy back. And then I just want to double check and make sure it's not going to spill. Perfect. And then grab some more ancient stone bricks. Ancient. Those guys. I want to make sure it's not going to place it down. It just doesn't. That was such a fantastic suggestion. That looks so much better. It's not, like, obviously it's not perfect, but it does look so much better. To the point where I may run these across both sides. So you don't even... I don't know, we'll see, we'll see. But I may take the gold out and just put the gold block down. And ditch the feeding slab. Because then you know exactly what type of bee's there. Close that back up. Doesn't that look so much better? Is there a way to fix broken spawners? Kind of. You can use a spawner agitator on a broken spawner, and it will work. The easier way to do it is just find some way to pick up a spawner with Silk Touch. Yeah, that does look so much better. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. That is awesome. So now I need a block of titanium. I believe. I need to go look first. Titanium. Titanium bees, flowering, block of titanium, 9 titanium ingots. Okay, how many? We got 7 so far? And it's still making me some more. I don't remember. 3 more scheduled, so it's scheduled for 10. So once we have 9, we can smelt those into the hot ones, throw them in the freezer, we'll get the cold ones. Is there any other way to fix broken spawners that anybody knows of? Because I'm pretty sure it's just spawner agitators, right? Guess since we're here and we have the time, let's go ahead and we're going to set up the rest of our beehives, at least for this next level. And we're going to set up the bees we just got. So we'll get our lapis bee set up, get our redstone bee set up, we'll get the iron one going. Because they should... I just put those all in the wrong spot. What am I doing? Well, this one wasn't. Did I not? Did I have those in the right spot? I may have had them in the right spot. I know at least this last one I think I put right on there. Those are expansion boxes. Where'd my beehives go? Why didn't it restock? That's the whole point of having the restock thing. Okay, so beehive, expansion box, beehive box. Perfect. Okay. Those should be all set up correctly. Thank you. It's nice to be able to ask and have an answer right away. Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for. My excessive wealth of knowledge that is not nearly as much as what most people seem to think. But I've played through most of all the mods pack, so I guess I've seen some things. We could get the glowing bees going too. But I have to go get more of those. I think for now, let's just keep doing what we've been doing. I don't want more titanium ones, so we'll snag these out. I do need more iron bees, though. So that was crystalline. Nope, not those two. Crystalline with what? Ashy mining. Get you an iron bee. 1, 2, 3... I need to pull that out. 4. So that should be all the iron bees I need. As soon as I'm finished with my pylon potion, next is get my enchanting setup credited. Hey, that's good. That's good. Both of those things can make you incredibly strong. I was showing somebody yesterday how I can basically one-punch any mob. And that's an incredibly nice thing to have through the potion pylon. I need the omega upgrades that I have. So that way we can use the simulation feature on them. Those in there. Okay, we're good. So iron bees. 1, 2. Oh, I gotta have these things grow up first, don't I? I forgot about that. Iron bee. This one's good to go. That one's a child. That one's an adult. Okay, so I need to grab a bunch more honey treats real quick. Can I have my Emmy Network connected in Nether. I want to transfer items from my Nether farm into my ME system. Yes, you can. Give me 2 seconds and I'll show you how to do that. Yes, it's the quantum ring. That is exactly what I have. Honey treats, honey treats, honey treats. Scatterbrained me. If you're curious what it looks like, it is this guy right here. You have it plugged into your ME system like normal. And then it's these quantum rings in a circle around a quantum link chamber. And in the quantum link chamber, you need the quantum entangled singularity. I'd recommend looking up a video on how to do it. It's actually really, really simple. You just have to have some TNT. Hey, how's it going? How are you? But overall, it's not a complicated setup at all. How did I get an aluminum bee? Okay, I just need my iron bees grown up. Those 2 are... That's 3, 4... I've got 1 more in here somewhere. 5. All right, let's get these iron bees out of my inventory, please. Just want to say thank you. So many of your tutorials and walkthrough videos on how these mods work and all the mods 10 have been so helpful. I'm so glad. Again, I am very glad that you guys find them helpful. Because that is exactly why I make them. If people stopped finding them helpful, I would literally just stop making the videos. Okay, so that's all the iron bees. Do need a block of iron then. Iron. That's compressed iron. We'll just make a normal block of iron here. Throw it right in front. And what's next? I don't want to do aluminum because I don't care. We could grab some more glowing bees, I guess. Lapis, redstone, and glowing, I think, are the next 3 I want to do. And then we could do diamond as well. So let's probably start with the glowing bees. We're going to head back to the Nether and use our glowing nest that we got set up there. Unless I picked it back up, which I might have. Entangle porter could work if you just want to bring Nether farm items back to the overworld. Quantum ring gets you full access. Yes, that's true. Quantum ring acts like wireless network access across dimensions versus the entangle porter just literally transporting items. You're right. All right, glowstone dust on this nest. We're going to grab 4 more of these, I think. Assuming I have the space in here for them. I'm going to drop a couple of these back in here, I think. Ones that I don't think I'm going to need. Like those. And then I don't need that or those. We'll keep the rest. Okay. I think we got our inventory sorted. I don't have Insanium bees. I do have the Insanium seeds set up, though. Which is why I've never bothered to get the bees. I know technically the bees are probably quicker. But with how long I've been spending time on the server to do stuff, it's never really gotten to the point where I felt like I needed to speed up my production of any of those things. But again, the Insanium bees are not hard to make. And I guess I probably will get to the point where I do make them. In general, though, the only reason I've really even explored bees at all is because I know I need the soul lava bees, I think is what they are. I need a soul lava bee egg. Spawn egg for something in the All the Mod Star. That's the only reason I've really done much. Other than what we're doing now, which is for, yep. Modern industrialization. Some of the automation there is very handy. And you need the draconic chunks for something as well, for the All the Mod Star. How many is that? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. That's 5 glowing bees. Okay, sweet. Flash home. Do y'all usually prefer mystical agriculture or bees? Because I've heard incredibly mixed reviews on both. Need a glowstone block, I believe. Oh, it's just 4. I forgot about that. MA. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone in that. So then, I should be able to put the glow bees in here. 2, 3, 4, 5. These are going to fill up incredibly quickly, so allow me one moment. We're going to grab this dude. Get him to also pick up from... all of these, and it will fill up this chest, but I don't care. Because it should just move all the chunks in here for now. Wait! Don't really like either? You know more about them. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I had an extra glowing bee? So I didn't realize I actually got 5. Okay, let me double check real quick because it'd be embarrassing if I put the wrong thing there. Glowstone works. Perfect. All right, next up we wanted to do redstone bees. What was the redstone bee craft again? Redstone... alloy, redstone bee, breeding, chocolate mining, and a glowing. So I've got my glowing still. I just need to go grab a chocolate mining. I prefer any method that isn't mystical or bees. Not as much fun as automating stuff like create mod mechanism or other mods. You know what? I respect that. That is basically playing the game on hard mode, but I respect it. All right, chocolate mining bee. And our glowing bee should give us the redstone. So we're going to put some flowers in here. We'll just split it half and half for now. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab those guys back. I'm going to throw more stuff in here. Need a bunch more honey treats. Honey. Yeah, I really like automated mining and ore processing way more. You know what? That makes sense. It makes sense, and I respect it. Like I said, I think it's playing the game on hard mode because it is a lot more difficult of a method. But that's the beauty of all the mods, is there's no right or wrong way to do it. Okay, this one and this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So many times it kind of gets boring. You know what? Again, I totally get that. And you're right about that. Redstone block. You need high productivity kamikaze bees, Venus helmet, or weather tolerance water bee. You get them with the bee. Or weather tolerance water bee. That makes sense. I think. No right or wrong way to do things unless you're a streamer on YouTube. Then okay. All right. You're so right about that. I was talking to somebody yesterday and explaining I made a video about how to make the best mystical agriculture farm, in my own personal opinion, right? Obviously, that's all personal opinion. That's all that is. And I got a lot of hate on that one because it wasn't the fastest way to do it. And I never claimed it was the fastest way to do it. I said it was the best way. So my next video was entirely in spite of those comments, and I just made the fastest one I could that would crash your server, basically, if you ever tried to run it. And people that watched the video were like, this is unreasonable. There's no reason to ever make it. I go, I started the video with that. Like, that was the whole point of the video was people complaining about it. And so out of spite, I made a whole video about the fastest one I could make. All right, lapis bees. So yes, you're right. I feel it that a lot of times if I make a video about the best way to do something, in my own personal opinion, I get a little bit of hate for it sometimes. All right, redstone bee and our blue banded. We need to grab that one again. Blue. Why didn't it show up? I'll take it. All right, blue banded and redstone. Make a lapis bee. Sweet. I need more flowers. A lot more flowers. We will split. I think we're going to split them half and half. And then we'll just throw in the cages for however many we want. So 1, 2, so that's 3 total, 4, and 5. We got 5 of those now. Put my redstone bee back up, I think. Put him back in here. And then I just got to make all these grow up. So let's grab some honey treats. It did show up. Watch both those videos. Hey, I'm glad you did. I got a lot of people laughing at the intro to the second one because it was kind of facetious. So if I search for blue banded bee, it does show up here. Oh, they probably did. Yeah, you're probably right about that. I'm probably blind. What was I doing? I need to search for honey treats so I can make them all grow up. That's it. Okay, lapis bee. One of them. Two of them. Or three. Or are they all childs? One, two, three, four, five. Grab me a block of lapis real quick. Lapis. If I could spell, man. What enchant do you need to eliminate mining? Yeah, it is stable footing. Yep, that's the one. Man, y'all are so smart. And I appreciate everybody here who's answering questions. Because I'm so distracted right now. Trying to even pay attention to what I'm doing. Lapis bees are in there. They have lapis in front. They got the omega upgrades. They should be good to go. I think what I want to do though real quick. None of these need the bottom one, but I want to put these on the front. At least. Like this. And then put those ancient stone bricks on there again. Trying to remember to locate kiwi. I don't remember either. I have some. Yeah, no, you don't actually need the feeding slab. You don't have to, as long as it's in front. What the feeding slab does allow you to do something cool, and I'll show that just in a second. What I was doing. How do I? Oh, the ancient stone bricks. That's what I needed. People. I keep getting distracted. Ancient stone bricks. So we can do this straight across the front. Do I do the underneath too? Did I do underneath as well? Just to make it match perfectly? Or just use higher quantum. Those already have steady footing effect built in. You have to, yep, that's true. That's true. That is an easier way to do it. Make sure that folds up the right direction real quick. Perfect. Make this thing match perfectly. Perfect. Okay. That looks so much better. Underneath, make it match. Yes. Exactly. So the feeding slab, if you use it, you can set it up instead of how I'm doing it with just one thing. You can do beehives. So I've got 3 beehives here. You can basically set it up where you have beehives like this. And so you can put 3 different items on the feeding slab. So theoretically, I could put like iron, glowstone, and redstone all in the same feeding slabs and have the bees just all in these 3. So redstone, iron, and glowstone. And they could all eat off of the same one single item. Because of the way I'm doing it, you can only have 1 beehive eat off 1 item. So it allows you to make it work faster. I just prefer the way I'm doing it. Again, because it makes sense in my head. Like, logically, I know these are all my redstone bees, these are my lapis bees. If I had 3 in one, it would get a little complicated for me to figure out which was which. So yeah, hopefully that makes a little more sense. Oh, you could just use Ars Ritual. I don't remember which to get X-ray on kiwi, but you need at least 1 to activate. Getting extractor would be easier. Yeah, that's true. Also, I'm sure the digital miner would probably work for that as well. So yeah, when people use the feeding slabs is if they're trying to like really optimize their space. Do underneath as well, and then add a framed corner pole where the trapdoors meet on the corner. Color it with stripped acacia blocks and match the line of the hives to make it all pop visually. So you're saying a framed corner pole. Framed corner strip? Framed corner strip, is that what we're looking at? Framed corner pillar. I mean, it does have kiwi seeds. Yeah, you can grow it through mystical agriculture for sure. Framed corner. Let me double check. Okay, okay. Because I do agree with what you're saying. That sounds like it would be really cool. Framed corner strip. I feel like it's got to be it, right? Sloped edge. But let me grab acacia real quick. Acacia planks. Make 100 of them real quick, just because that'll be easier. And then I'm gonna probably auto craft whatever framed thing we're making for this. Framed corner. Sloped edge. Let me try to make one of these real quick. Floorboard, wallboard with a hammer. So I'd have to get an extra tool for that. Framed small double corner sloped panel. What are the names of these blocks, dude? That gets so complicated so quickly. Sloped edge. I feel like it's got to be this one, right? Floorboard. We've already got half that made. I'm going to go ahead and make the pattern encoding for the hammer thing. That way we have that, and then I'm going to encode this guy with the hammer thing, and then this just in case. We're going to toss all these back in here. We're going to see what this does. Hypothetically, I think it would be cool. Make 20 of them real quick. I don't expect it to cost much. Framed corner. Oh, it's just a little tiny strip. It's just a little accent, dude. Framed corner pillar. All right, we'll craft that instead. Corner. Framed corner pillar. This guy. We're going to set up auto crafting for it because not lazy, it's efficient. And then we'll throw this in here. The little strips are cool, though. Craft some of these real quick. That was quick. So if I throw... Where are we saying I should add these? Like here? Like if I should have them... Should I have them go straight up? Do underneath as well, and then add a framed corner pole where the trapdoors meet at the corner. Like this? Are we saying right here so that it meets right there? Color reciprocation match the hives and make it all pop visually. Like if I do this, there's a way to turn them so they go horizontal. I don't hate it, but I don't love that it's only half of it. Is it R? No, let's just reload shaders. It'll allow me to put this pillar on whatever half block I want to put it on. Like if I wanted to put him here, but then I can only put one there because that trapdoor's there. Is there a horizontal pillar that I just totally missed when creating it? That's a three-way one, framed corner pillar. I think framed corner, there should be a separate one probably that goes horizontal. Here's the pillar one. Maybe not. But it looks like this one's just up and down. But I don't hate it if let's see how this actually looks. I don't love it. I don't love it. Yo, what's up? How's it going? What are you up to, Oblivion? We're gonna Google that real fast. How to turn or rotate framed blocks. How to rotate framed blocks. Minecraft. Framed wrench. Any other item on a framed block. Okay. Try framed slab edge. Framed slab edge. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. That looks right. That looks exactly like what we're trying to make here. We'll get that auto crafting set up. I'm gonna throw it in down here. You were going to show me something while I was here. Oh, hostile neural networks. I will show you that in just a second. Let me finish making these, because I do think these are exactly what we need for this. So we were saying, put them right here, right? And it sort of gives an accent to the whole thing. Yes, yes, we agree. I also like it because it adds some, like, more dimensionalness. Like, that looks like trim, right? It also lets me walk straight up it. Yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. And then we can put another layer on and keep doing it all the way up. That's going to look really clean. I'm glad we finally figured out what those were. All right, I'm going to take 2 seconds real fast. This is my hostile neural network setup. I mostly use it. Stripped acacia log goes... Ooh, that's actually a really good idea. I'm going to actually do that real quick. I'm going to show you the hostile neural network. Give me 2 seconds. Stripped. I just got to go acacia. Acacia logs. Make me 100 of them. Can I just throw them in here to strip them? No, that's planks. Stripped acacia wood. Stripped acacia log. What's the easiest way to do that without me having to place them all down and right click them? Is there an easy way to do that? Chiseling, I guess? That's all good. Yeah, I'll grab a chisel. I'm gonna grab a stack then. Chisel. I should have several of these. I should be able to open this up. Throw in my acacia logs. That is not giving me... Okay. Well, I don't even have a cutting board. What kind of cutting board do I need? I don't have one of those either. There's no way this is the right cutting board. I'm well aware of that. We're just going to throw it down here. You said that in my offhand, axe in main hand. Nope. What? Clearly I don't want to do that. How are you still placing stuff? Axe. Use this one. We're just gonna give me 2 seconds here. I'm gonna do this easy way. We're gonna place this all down real quick. And then we're just gonna ulti mine do that. And then we're gonna pick it back up. And hopefully, I don't know how much that was. Acacia. Acacia logs. See how much better this looks real quick. Dude. Maybe the whole step up thing wasn't the... What? Do I have to break them before I can put more stuff on them? Farmer's Delight cutting board. I think I do. Alright, so let's grab those framed ones again. These guys. Put them back on. Now we're going to use our stripped acacia logs. That is a much cleaner look. There is stripped acacia wood, which is like the exact same thing but slightly cheaper. Break those real quick. We'll put more up here. We're going to strip some acacia logs. And turn it into stripped acacia wood. Should be plenty. Put it back in here, I assume. Grab that. Hopefully. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Look at us go. All right, hostile neural networks. This is our setup. We have 3 ender chests. Don't need ender chests for it, but 3 modular routers is the important part. Each of the modular routers has these distribution modules in them. And so each of these are tied into 8 of my simulation chambers. So all they do is they take prediction matrices and dump them out into here. So each of these has a model in it. Most of them are for piglitches and withers because those are the 2 things that you kind of need to farm the most. But there's a couple other things in here. Like I've got some endermen and some ghasts and some wardens going as well. So then what it does is it runs through its simulation. It puts the stuff in the output. This one's job entirely is just to pick stuff up from everything. So it's got distributor modules in each that pull in from all of the simulation chambers and all of the loot fabricators. And so each one of these can be tied to 8 different things. So you can see it's just pulling in from all of those into the buffer. And then all it does is sends it directly out to this ender chest. And this ender chest just imports stuff into the ME system. So then this chest right here gets sent all of the predictions that get pulled out of the simulation chamber. And this distribution thing just sends all of those predictions in a round robin to all of these loot fabricators. So there's one downside to it, and that is that every loot fabricator has to be sent every type of prediction at some point. Otherwise, you end up with stuff like this, where this one's filled up with Warden because it never got it before, and it'll just sit there and not do anything. So you actually have to come through here and select the things you want made for each of the prediction types that you get at some point. Otherwise, they'll get stuck. But most of them are not stuck because most of them I've selected things for before. But that is the only downside to doing it this method. And the upside is that you only need 3 routers. And you can run a ridiculous number of these in fashion. Is there an easy way to duplicate models? You can't duplicate models, but you can create and upgrade more than one model at a time. Super factory. Yeah, so this is probably the easiest, just routers, distributor modules, pushing to simulation chambers, and loop fabricators. It works really, really well. So what you're talking about with duplicating models, you can't duplicate them, but if you're creating one, you can grab, I think I have up to 5 deep learners I've run at the same time. And as many of these as you want, you can put 4 models in. So when I was creating my models for the Ender Dragon, all of these are self-aware now. And I just made them all at the exact same time. Got a dimensional chest, it works. Nice, nice. So like I had 4 in each of my 5-dimensional, 5 of my deep learners. And so I just upgraded all of them at the same time, killed the same, 6 or 7 Ender Dragons, and then put all 20 of those in here at the same time, so they all upgraded at the same pace, which makes it pretty easy. That's what I did. And it worked well. All right. How much are we still at 7 titanium? Crafting 3 aluminum clumps. How are we hung up on crafting aluminum clumps? Also, what even crafts that? This guy doesn't look like he's crafting aluminum clumps to me. It should take raw aluminum in here. And it should make these aluminum clumps, but it looks like it got stuck somewhere. Okay, yeah, I moved my hustle neural network setup from where I showed you. I was putting in my library. Number, not odd, so library moved. Through the stairs. Heck yeah. Came up with, looks pretty amazing if I say so myself. Nice, that's awesome, I'm glad. But yeah, I know I mentioned I would show you that. So it's a pretty nifty little setup, and I like it. But like I said, it's got that one drawback. But as long as you're willing to take a little bit of time to train each of those loot fabricators to do exactly what you want it to do, then you're pretty much good to go. Okay, so now that we've got all of that back in, should be making our dirty aluminum dust, which should make more of our titanium dust, which hopefully eventually makes more of our titanium. For freezing, so it's just the hot titanium ingot. Sweet. Okay. I appreciate it on. Don't twist though. Yeah, absolutely. honestly, I get my own little twist because everybody does things slightly differently. I think it's funny when I see somebody like copy a build exactly, because most of the time if I'm looking up a tutorial on how to do something, I'll take whatever they do, but then like fit it within the confines of whatever my building is or space is or something like that. And it just tends to work a lot better that way. All right. So we should be getting close. We're up to 8 titanium dust now. Once we get to 9, I'll go ahead and set up the auto craft for making the titanium dust into the actual titanium ingots so that we can get the block built. And then I can get the bees going. And then we won't have to ever worry about titanium or say the name again. Which is exactly what we want to do. 2 more. Crafting 18 tiny titanium dust. Is that this one? Yeah, it's got to go through this whole process here. Have any of y'all gone through modern industrialization yet? And if not, I feel sorry for you and don't do it. I'm going to try to make a video on it just because I feel like it deserves a video. It's so difficult. But it's not my most fun mod to go through. Because the ultimate thing you're looking for is this large advanced motor. And let me tell you, to build it is something, dude. It is a lot. Apparently, I need to craft some paper. And then there are three gases that I still need to make. Can you play Bed Wars? Like, can I physically? Have I? Or would you like me to? Which one of those are we looking at here? Also, it needs raw titanium? Or is that just to make... I think it's just to make the titanium for the rods. Hopefully, I don't actually need to get the raw titanium. Well, actually, I probably will get raw titanium from the bees. That makes sense. All right, let's look at argon. How do we make argon? Modern industrial centrifuge. Liquid air through a centrifuge gives you argon as well as other things. I would like to play Bed Wars. Would you? I'm not any good at Bed Wars, plus I wouldn't even know where to play. Plus I just like modded Minecraft, you know? Pressurizer, air intake, vacuum freezer, air intake, liquid air. So if I did the vacuum freezer, I would need a liquid output. That's just item, which we could technically probably add. I'm just not entirely sure I want to use my vacuum freezer for that. So what was the other option there? A centrifuge just needs the liquid air. So to make it, I need to build a pressurizer. That looks fun. That looks so much fun. Oh my goodness, that is gross. Give me on the pattern encoding terminal real quick, because I mean we'll have the titanium for the block soon enough. Pressurizer. All right, we're gonna create the autocraft for that, but geez, I'm not excited about it. Let's just look it up real quick. Pressure. Okay, pressurizer. Turbo machine. Sure. Turbo machine hull also needs the casing. Okay, we've actually got everything for that. That's a plus. The casing we've got now. I need the batteries. Sodium dust. I think I've got enough of that because I think I get that from the salt. Oh, it's not fun. To get argon, you need to go through the pressing. That's argon, not argon. That was really good. That was really good. All right, so we need these casings. The titanium curved plate I thought I already had. Titanium pattern. So I've got the pattern for it, but I took it out of our thing. Probably make other base. Okay, so we've got the curved plate in there now. Pressurizer. Got this. That doesn't look fun either. I'm gonna need to make the titanium plates probably, which is gonna be the ingots into that compressor. Pressurizer will also need the gear, which I've got everything for now, with the exception of the titanium ring, which I now have. Okay, so all of these, that's going to go back in there. All of these are going to go into here. Our titanium test finished. So let's make our titanium ingots next. We'll feed the bees. We'll get some titanium going. Put an extended... I could. I think I have them too. A lot of these I've done that on. I'm just trying to avoid it where possible. So like my... oh, which is the one? This one's got an extended on it. There's a couple around that have extended ones on there that I needed more space for. Sometimes I just feel like being lazy. Grab that, break it, throw it back on there, and I should be able to fit everything in now. Okay, titanium. Titanium ingots. Let's go 10 minus 1 is 9. You should... Is the hot titanium one just raw? Instead of the dead, probably did just make the raw one instead of the dust. Yeah, that checks out. Eventually that will be correct, but for now, I need it to know this one. Yeah, some of these things are a little complicated, and you got to make sure you got the right pattern and the right kind of... It's a mess, but... All right. 9 of those. Make them quickly. All right, all that's cooking. I need to finish up making the pressurizer. Pressurizer. I keep putting extra patterns on a chest by the machine instead of making the extended one. I should. That's actually a great way to work around it. Not a bad idea at all. When are you going to go reactive? Walk me through what reactive is. I'm not entirely sure what we're referring to, but it doesn't sound fun. All right, there's that one. I just need the stainless steel rotors. Rotators, whatever they are. This, that, these. That's easy enough. So I need the blades and the steel ring. Mech reactors. Oh, I probably won't, honestly. I can't think of a reason why I would need that much power instead of what I have right now. And so there's a decent shot that I just never do. Got that. I just need the ring. We'll add all of this to auto crafting. Keep that one around for now. Have I showed you my power solution currently? Because currently I just use 40 nitro reactors all hooked up to this guy, which holds 3 trillion FE, which is like 2.8 more than anything I would ever reasonably need or use. So yeah, I've never considered making more power just because I legitimately just straight up don't need it. Pressurizer. Oh, we can make it. We can just make it. Yeah. And the beautiful thing is, here, I'll show you. The beautiful thing is that they are all F3G within a single chunk. So it is all within exactly one chunk that could stay chunk loaded theoretically. And this is like the least automated part. The one part that could be improved. I just throw everything forward in a chest, put some item pipes down, and it just feeds them all. So I don't even have to worry about it. Do you need advanced motor, for the ATM Star. You need the large advanced motor for the ATM Star. Can't remember which one it is. Using SPS, only SPS could use more than that, I think. I think you're right. Well, no, even SPS doesn't use that much. Because I have the SPS hooked up to it. Is that it is blue ice? I just have blue ice. I didn't even use the dry ice because again, why? You know? Large advanced motor. This right here is the one that's actually used in the ATM Star for the Nexium emitter. Goes right there. So I am going to make 18 of them because apparently I don't like myself. Because we're trying to get the Starry Bee. That's the ultimate goal here. And so I'm making 18 of everything that we're doing, which is why I'm focused so heartily on automating it all. So I've got the SPS going periodically. I turned it off. But I mean, I've got it hooked up. How many of those things? I put some of the Ender gates on it. I think I used 8 of them total. And it runs as fast as I can feed, what's it called? Polonium into it. It'll just run through all of it. So how much fissile fuel do I have? I've had my fission reactors turned off for a while. 57K. I need to turn those back on. Why dry ice? Because Modern Minecraft is all about being ridiculously OP. Okay, so you're right. You're right. But I mean, it runs fine. Like, it's generating like 220,000 FE per tick times 40. If that's not already ridiculously OP, then I don't know what is, you know? So, I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But theoretically, we should be getting that pressurizer going. I think it looks like our titanium finished up. That is only 5 ingots. Did it steal the ingots I'd already made? If so, that's a little annoying. I need 4 more. I think it stole it to make the pressurizer, so I think they're gone. Oh yeah, it did. Gotta make like 20, and it would be so much easier if I would have just waited. Because then it wouldn't have to go through the long drawn out process for making it. Here, we're just gonna cancel this so it'll dump whatever it had back in here. Only had 1? Oh, because it made all the curved plates. Grr. That's rough. I didn't get all of it. No, so I have like, I think I have 18 pellets. Yeah, I've got 18 pellets. But I just turned it off because I would mostly because it blows up every time I log off and log back on, so I didn't want to have to worry about that. But we don't need to talk about it. I've got it all set up though. This is my gigantic fission reactor, and it works really well. But it does, like I said, blow up every time when I log out, or I have to turn it off in order to keep it from blowing up every single time I log off and back on. Because these water pipes take a little bit after you log in and the chunk loads in order to keep pumping it into here. And so it stops working. But like I can activate it and they all just work just fine. And I know that there's a better way to do water. I just haven't set it up yet. Just FYI. I do know there's a better way. Oh, I forgot about that. Hello, new to Minecraft, and enjoy watching your videos for understanding on things. I'm glad. Very, very glad. I'm open to new ideas. If you have anything that you find complicated, throw it in chat. There's a decent shot I make a video about it. Yes, absolutely it would. That would be exactly what would keep it from blowing up, because those have an unlimited range of water versus the limited range or the limited amount that the ultimate pipe upgrade can do through a fluid pipe. You're right. You got it. A+ to you. To this guy, I vein mined by accident because of my atomic disassembler on fat. Ooh, that sounds rough. That sounds rough. All right, how much longer am I going to have to wait for this? Can I put an accelerator in here? Surely I can, right? Is it no, it's moving. All right, we're gonna... Which one of y'all has a lot? Because there's some... One of these things has got a crap ton of upgrades in it that I'm just going to steal them out of. I guess none of them do. Which one has the advanced? You got the advanced ones? Those are basic. I'm trying to steal some upgrades so I can make this process go faster, but I can't remember where I put them all. Basic, basic, none. We're going to steal half of these. We're going to put them in here. And then we're going to put an overdrive module in there. Overdrive. Because that's taking too long. Come on, buddy. You got it. I believe in you. Have you went to every dimension in the mod pack? I have not gone to the Beyond. I think that's the one I haven't gone to yet. There's also a... oh, what's the other one? The Dark Undergarden. There's two I haven't gone to. Killed all the random chickens I spawned by throwing the random eggs. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know why that seems like it violates some sort of order of the Geneva Convention. I feel your pain. I accidentally pasted blocks for the exchanger and replaced my entire mob farm with the random blocks early today. Deleted the entire... Oof. That's rough. With great power comes great responsibility, right? Super easy to mess stuff up, I suppose. Okay, so... It's actually working through this a little bit faster. Not a lot faster. Not fast enough, that's for sure. But it is going faster. I've got 6, so really I just need 3 of these 4 to finish before we'll have everything we need. And then I can actually set up titanium the way I want it to be set up, and we can remove the other setup. So that hopefully our titanium production consists of creating the raw titanium from the bees, putting it in here, and then having the ingots. Instead of going through this ridiculously stupid process of creating this dirty aluminum dust from normal aluminum dust to make the titanium. Great power comes great derpage. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, while we're waiting on that. I've got to... I don't want to mess with that. Trying to learn how to do AE2. Your videos help, but I'm going to need to learn how to migrate 3 diamond chest stuff to AE. Very, very simple. Do you store all your items in AE2 disks, or do you only have partition disk and chests for the rest? I have everything fully stored in my AE2 drives. They're all in here. These are all extended drives, so technically there are, you can store 20 per one, and I've got, I don't know, whatever, 8 times 4, 32 of them? Yeah, 32 times 20 then. Whatever that would be. That's how many drives I can store, and most of them are full with item storage ones that haven't even been touched yet. Like some of these have some stuff in it, but most of them don't. And I've got some infinity drives. We've got some fluid storage. However, to import stuff from your diamond chests, I'd recommend doing this. So this is just a diamond chest, and it's got an import bus on it, and that import bus just pulls everything out of the diamond chest, like 4 acceleration cards, directly into the ME system and puts it on these. So I think the only thing I partitioned was this guy here, a void cell for singularities. The only thing I used the partition cell workbench thing for. Yes, exactly that. It'll pull all of the items in using an import bus, and it'll store it all in your ME system. Or conversely, you could also make, I don't think I have any, a terminal that you could open up like this, and then you could just move all your stuff, dump it from your inventory into here. Or if you have a backpack, you could create one of those import buses and slap a backpack right on top of it, and it'll work just as well too. How's our titanium going? We got 1, so we're up to 7. 7 out of 9. Scheduled 3... How's our titanium dust going? It's going. Still going. Slowly but surely. You can put your wireless terminal in your curio slot and bind open keybinds. Very useful to keep inventory clean. Yes, you are totally right. You can do that. I don't know what key I'd put it on though. That's the problem I've run into. I have like backpack is B, and then there's like a couple other keys that I've set. But there's just, there's too many things that you need keybinds for, and there is not enough keys to go around. Enjoy the stream, learned a lot, going to bed now. Awesome, sounds good, have a good night. I have mine on Shift E. You know what, that's not bad. It's not a bad idea, Shift E to open inventory. You just put it on C. Also not a bad idea. Everybody uses C for terminal. You know what, I don't think C's bound. Is C bound to anything by default? E, C. Spellbook. Clear crafting grid, first portable storage. Open first portable storage terminal. That's got to be this, right? Is it by default C? I'm gonna hook up lots of machines or get into using peer-to-peer terminals. CAS. Is expanding AMI controller actually worth it? I only have one and it's doing its job. Apparently one gives 32 channels in each direction. So I was able to survive a very, very long time. I use Control E for crafting table on a stick and switch it to AE. Got it. I'm going to throw this in here and see what it is, if it's that by default. It is not, but we'll have to set it. I was able to survive with a single ME controller that used to live right here. And I ran all of this, and all of this off of it. But eventually, when I wanted to add in all of the auto crafting for this, I built a much bigger one up here. And so each one of these little things is basically pulling 32 channels. But I did it all wirelessly, so that way I don't have to run any wires up here. So that's the only time I actually ended up doing it. I will show that. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Let me... Controls, keybinds. What's it called? Wire... Open wireless terminal, not bound, C. Done. Perfect. Okay. And I just got to remember that I can do that. All right, we're up to 8. We just need one more. I think it's bound to run backpack upgrades in a target block or something. Should unbind if you use your deposit upgrade on your backpack. That makes sense. I'll stick to my one ME controller then. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to until you need to, right? There's no real benefit other than the fact that you just get a lot more lanes from it. So like, I needed a lot more lanes once I started doing all of my stuff over here with auto importing and exporting for Mechanism. And then also for all of that. So I kind of had to do it eventually. Plus, it does make it a little cleaner. Like I've got this whole EvilCraft set up over here. That's just got a wireless connector and it plugs into the things I need it to. And, you know, there's no long cable run all the way up to the roof or anything like that. So it does help make it a little cleaner. But no, unless you have to or reach a point where you need to, you don't have to. 6 ME controllers, 2 of them run cables out 4 edges my base. Then I branch off of those, use P2P to have 32 channels each time I branch off the main cable lines. You know what? That makes sense too. I have avoided doing P2P so far, and I think... based on how many channels I have left over, I don't think I'm going to have to do any subnetting at all. Just based off of this. I really don't. Which is going to be convenient, I think. Can you show your mystical agriculture farm and how do you farm bees? So this is my MA farm. I made a video on how it's set up. This is basically exactly what that video is times 4. So there are 4 main plots. Each of them, because I'm on a server, is using the harvester pylon. That's going to import it all into a chest and then into this modular router. So all it does is it pulls out of the modular router, and this sends it all directly to that diamond chest we were looking at earlier. So to right here. So all my mystical agriculture essences get dumped in here and then imported into my ME system. I love P2P because it looks cool and clean and it's fun. You know what? You're right. It does look cool. It is clean. It is fun. But also, I feel like it can get a little bit complicated. And I don't know. I feel like I know everything I put on here is connected to my ME system because it's just a wireless controller. Yeah, the wireless connectors makes it a little unnecessary. And then the bee setup we've been looking at earlier is just this in here. We got the beehives. We got all of our productivity upgrades. And then the item in front of each of these beehives that we're looking at, which I never did get around to making the diamond bees. I need to do that. For now, though, surely that last titanium's done. Yeah. 9 titanium. Block of titanium. Let's go put this in front of the titanium bees. Give us a tutorial to clear out a big space like that. The destruction gadget is 100% the way to go. It is not the way I did it, but that is definitely the way to go. It'll make it look a lot cleaner. All I did was I ran around with flying and ulti-mine and just... I mean, my pickaxe basically mined stuff instantly, so I just did that. But the destruction gadget is a much more eloquent and quicker way to do it because it'll clear out a very large area very quickly. I couldn't get the red fertilizer to play. So you can't use red fertilizer on mystical agriculture soil. It has to be just normal farmland. That probably was the problem. Yep, exactly what they just said. It'll only work on normal farmland, not on any of like the tiers of MA farmland. Okay. And then also, if you're looking for a great way to get source, all you have to do is put these agronomic source links next to your MA farm, and because everything grows quickly, it'll keep any source jars like basically instantly full. Great way to do it. All right, let's look at C. Let's see what kind of... I don't actually care about that at all anymore. Titanium. Should be getting some titanium cone blocks, I think. Unless they're... Oh, they're all going to go into here. Ooh. So I need to tell it to import those things. We are now getting. That, and that into here. Because those aren't able to go through our... I'm going to need so many more powered centrifuges now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, that's going to be a lot. Besides the piglich, what should I be running in my loot fob? 100% you should be running withers. 100%. Nether stars are a pain in the butt. And unless you're getting a ton of them, especially if you're looking at making like the starry bee or something, you need so many nether stars. How do you have those active effects? Yes, I did make a video on it. The video is titled How to Get Creative Flight, the easiest way to get creative flight. And then I made a second video on how to make it ever so slightly stronger. Which is how to make the best potions. Using Snad grows cactuses very fast. Yeah, so in Fusion Pylon, you make these potion filters. And then there's a video on how to make the potions that you're making exceptionally long, so that way they fill up the potion filters quicker. And that's using this occultism stuff to get her. And then also the purifier. And then there's a thing from ours you need as well. But I walk through it step by step in that video. Pretty simple. So this should be importing everything into our ME system now. Dump all that back in there. Except the titanium cone blocks. That's iron. This is titanium. Okay, so now we need to come over here and do some... I gotta remember, this is a whole new thing for me. Comb blocks. I'm gonna make patterns for each one of these. And then we're gonna set up some auto crafting to turn all of the comb blocks into just normal combs. And then we're gonna export it back out. If anybody knows a better way to do this, please feel free to tell me, because I'm not totally convinced this is it. I do know that's the quickest way to go from comb blocks into normal combs. Yeah, no problem. It's worth the time and effort and video just for creative flight. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. It's worth it. Plus, like I was saying earlier, if you're willing to change one config file to allow the strength and giant strength potions to work at higher levels, I mean, I get... How much is that? Giant strength is plus 18 attack damage, and this is plus 30 just by default, so plus 48. Why not use the upgrade that makes them into combs? So the highest tier upgrade makes them into blocks. Get yourself a block upgrade for B. Yeah, so these Omega ones make blocks. Yes. So that's what these are doing. We want the blocks because the blocks are more than the combs. But then I gotta take the combs, or take the blocks and make them into combs. Heated centrifuges can probably... I got a powered one. These guys, I don't think... Can they process the blocks instead of just the normal combs? If they can, This is about to get a lot easier. Powered centrifuge. I'm gonna have to pull it out and quit it from... They can? There's no way. I've been making this so much more difficult on myself. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. Actually, keep that on for now because I want them all that's in my system to be turned into that. But I want it to stop importing the blocks. So get rid of all the blocks. I'm fine with the pollen puffs. The upgraded ones. Okay, so what do I need? So these are the powered centrifuges with the speedier upgrades in them. Heated can, powered cannot. So powered can't do this. I'm so confused right now. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. So I can or I can't do blocks. Is that the heated one is better than the powered? Heated. Oh, it is better. Okay. All right, boys. All right, boys. I'm there. I'm there. It took me a second. Okay, so I need... Oh, it's got an inactive dragon egg, too. That's fun. I gotta have that one. How hard is it to make that? Oh, that's so easy. All right. Here we go. Let's throw these in here. How many of these are we thinking? 6? Probably 6. I'm leaning towards 6. Howard. Turn all honeycombs into blocks. Oh yeah, we're going to do that. We will. Powered. No, not the powered. Not the powered. Not that one. C. We're looking at heated. 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 Why stop short? Let's go 10. 6. You get more resources. You get more resources from the block. Okay, so we basically need to revert. I don't care that much about the resources, honestly, at this point. We stopped importing, right? So we got blocks here. So we're going to get a ton of this no matter what we do. It looks like all of those are done. So we're going to take these. I want to make this more streamlined. Why does that take so long? Here's what we're going to do. I like that whole setup. Break that. Break those. Break all that. Well, I didn't actually want to... okay, that was a mistake. Import bus. No, I actually don't think so. I think we're good. So this is still going to be putting everything into here. Yeah. Take this power centrifuge with us. We're not using that anymore. I will want that still. But now, where do I want to run this? Here? Probably here. 4, 5, 6. That one there. Okay. Then what we're going to do... We're going to run power underneath. I didn't need ender gates into every single one of them like I did with the last setup. Oh, that was a perfect distance. Now we need the ultimate universal upside is you spare on operations, which reduce lag. Hey, that's a plus. Also, Time Wand from Dire Things is a godsend for jumpstarting production. You're right. I don't have it yet, though. I should make it. I should. You're right. But I have not made it yet. Rather than a power gate on each centrifuge, I just our energy transmitter somewhere. Or I'm just gonna we're just gonna snag a couple of these real quick. Grab ourselves a single ender gate. We're just gonna do what we did with the other one, and we're just gonna run it along the bottom here. Then we get to the end, and we're just gonna pop one of these on the bottom. Bingo bango, they're all powered. Okay, next up, item pipes. Item pipes. I will want a pipe upgrade as well. And I'll need my pipe wrench. Pipe wrench, pipe upgrade. Automating time crystals is pretty fun too. You know what? I've been wanting to do that for a little bit and just haven't. I may do that next video. I feel like it would be very helpful for a lot of the things I'm doing. All right, there's that. We're going to pull it all. Where'd my wrench go? There it is. Just like that. And we're going to put that in there. So this should be now pulling in all the cone blocks. You're not started on just other things. You can also use time in a bottle instead of the time wand. Gotcha. I might do that. I don't know how hard time in a bottle is to make either. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of playing on hard mode as far as that's concerned. I really have not done much. I need a whole bunch of speedier upgrades for these, don't I? That'd be 10 times 4 speedier. I've got 20. You half. Did it already process through all of them? Or is it just not pulling any more in? Oh, it's not. It can't pull more in. Yep. Yep. Got it. It only took me 30 minutes to set up automation for time crystals. It wasn't bad. Pretty straightforward. Time in a bottle is super hard to make, and time one is far easier. By the way, it's cheap if you're already into the draconic bees. I am pretty far into the draconic bees, but I need to do both at some point, obviously. Because I'll probably make a video on both as well. So we're going to make 20 of these speedier upgrades, and then let's grab a router real quick. Router. One of those. I don't need to make one. I've got them. And then I need a 2 distributor modules. And we are going to do this. And a push a sender. Sender. Probably a sender. But it can be a tier 1 because I don't really need that high of a level. So tier 1, push it out to the left. Throw that in there. I am going to do... Keep not hitting the right button. This whole C thing is throwing me off a little bit. I think it can take 9 of these, so we'll make a couple more real quick. Yep. All right. Next, I need to take this guy. Transfer into the router. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the router. Why does it have a regulator augment? Oh, I was using it for something else. Is it set to other things? Sure enough. Give me that back. Too many targets, max of 8. Oh, it's the wrong... It's because I picked it up. Ah! Distributor module. Grab it back. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. No. Get rid of it. Thank you. Then I need to do the last 2 here. Put those in there. And then it should be... Oh, that's not an import bus. Why did I think that was an import bus? So I need this to put it in some sort of a chest. So take this. We're actually going to go down. Put that back there. Then I'm going to go in with some ME cables. Does Shatter Tunnel know what health I should be shooting for? 319 max. That's plenty good, dude. Before I forget, I need a chest of any sort, size, shape for it to put it into, and then I need import bus. I need some acceleration cards. And I need some smart ME glass cable. Go dink. Put that guy there. Put this guy here. Accelerate it all the way. Why is that going so slow? I guess I need to add the stack upgrades. Put an interface instead of a chest. You're right, I should. You're probably... Why is it... I mean, that's so slow for having speed upgrades in it, right? I guess we're doing stack upgrades too. Yeah, stack upgrades will help. The problem with stack upgrades is that they'll only pull it out if... I guess maybe it'll pull it out if it's got any. So this should still be sending stuff out. Oh, that's what it was doing. So this had an import bus on it, but it was filtered to only pollen puffs. So that way they would not be sent out to anything. Give me that back. Okay, so put that there. Filter, pollen puffs, accelerate. Should pull all of those out. So now it should just be sending things it should. What is it doing? Did I? Distributor. What is going on here? Why is nothing being item honeycomb? Why is there a... Why was that even there? Also, it does look like it imported pollen puff still on accident. Yeah, it's gonna still import pollen puff. Unless it processes them. Okay, alright, okay, so that was our issue. It looks like we're cooking again. Quantum armor, or... Yeah, I don't understand the need for the health either, but I still did kind of go a little crazy on it. Where's it at? It's not cosmetic, it's this here. How much am I at? I just have 138. That's it. And again, I don't know the point of it. But we have it. So I guess there's got to be some point. This is working so much better, by the way. I mean, these things are absolutely cooking through everything. If I could, I think I just need a blacklist pollen puffs from this. So whitelist, blacklist, add, submit. So now it shouldn't or can't pull pollen puffs. I think that's what we needed to do. Rocking the quantum upgrades with a few upgrades, plenty enough. Weird flexing. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, yeah. There's only so many things that are going to kill you, and none of them are really going to do that much damage, especially if you have any decent sword that's going to do damage to them. They won't even have time. So, at a certain point, it becomes a little unnecessary. But hey, it's cool, and that's the whole point of modded Minecraft, is just to do cool stuff. We're going to put this up here because I wanted to start pulling titanium stuff right after the draconic ones, because the titanium is the stuff I actually need processed. Because I want to start getting some of the, like the argon made. The last things that we need to make that advanced motor, the large advanced motor. All right. We should be, yeah, we're getting our raw titanium back, which means that we can put this guy back in here instead of the other one now. So now we shouldn't have to create any of this garbage anymore. Let's take a look real quick. Toss all of that back in there. So titanium, yes. It's beautiful. Now we did have to put it in there with some other gas. I don't remember what the other gas was. But I'm hoping it's not as bad. We're just going to cancel that because it's not working and I don't need it anyway. So we're looking at making the pressurized or pressurizer. Go ahead and craft that. The manganese sulfuric solution is the other thing that needed to be put in there with our raw titanium for that to start working. And I just want to double check that it is. Yep. And yeah. Okay. That's going to be a lot better. So we should be able to get that pressurized guy up and running pretty quickly. I don't suspect any of the rest of this is going to be very hard for it to make. And then once we have that, we can finally get our argon, which is one of the last things. Need lots of HP for when you actually shoot yourself with your own bow. The only mobs that do that damage is the warden, and even him with simple vibranium armor is enough. Yeah, that's so true. Simple vibranium is more than enough for the warden. Killed myself more than all the mobs that killed me combined. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess you do need more health. However, managed to do that. That's funny. If you have a strong enough R spell, you can kill anything with a single spell, including Piglich. I've seen that. I've seen people do that, and it's kind of crazy. I am not at that point yet. I've barely even gone through anything in R's, but I've seen people do it. Usually happens when I shoot a mob that had the ability to reflex an arrow like a closed shulker. Jeez. Just use a sword at that point. Alright, we should be able to close that. How close is this going? Looking like that might take a little bit to get all of that finished up. So in the meantime, let's look at the other things we need. Because that's just argon. For the large advanced motor, we need the argon, the polyvinyl chloride, and styrene butadiene rubber. Jeez, okay. Polyvinyl chloride. Let's look at that. We're going to close out of this real quick. We're definitely going to pattern encoding because we're going to need it. Polyvinyl chloride. This stuff right here. This is what we're looking at next. And he's a chemical reactor. Vinyl chloride. Tiny lead dust. That's easy. Make that one. Polyvinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride. Chemical reactor with hydrochloric acid and acetylene, actylene, something like that. What is that? Actylene. That is from distillation. Oh, I've made some of that on accident. I might have enough of that. I need to make a second distillation tower as well. So that way I can just have them locked in for exactly what I want them to do. But basically what I did is I was putting the steam cracked light fuel in there and it defaults to whatever that other thing was rather than the thing I needed it to be. So both of these go in here. I'm going to need a bigger thing. Oh, for some reason my power hardened energy cell just randomly stops accepting power from the hardened reactor. That's weird. Shouldn't do that. 10,000 plus damage. That's ridiculous. Extended ME pattern provider. Acetylene? Is that what it is? I've heard of acetylene torches. I'll have to go back and look at it in 2 seconds. I'm assuming that you are probably right. Well, I think all of these go in here actually. So break that guy, put this one down. Hello! Any good ways to automate energizing power orb with AE2? Yes, there is. 100%. Yes, there is. I would recommend going to watch the automation video I built because that is exactly one of the things that I automate in that video. And it shows the cleanest way to do that. It's the same way I've got it set up. Any good? Thank you for all the content. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I get confused on which way a side faces. For some reason, my power hardened energy cell, it should just work. You're using modular routers for automating the energized power orb? The way I'm doing it is just with a pattern provider. So if you take the pattern provider and you set it on the energizing orb, the pattern provider will automatically push stuff into it as long as you have this blocking mode set so that it doesn't push more crafting ingredients if some are already in there. And it'll push it in there, and then you just have to have an import bus on the side, and it'll pull stuff back in. And then once it's pulled back in, it'll put the next one in. Pretty clean. Combine the extended pattern provider with a single indent, it becomes an upgrade, so you can just upgrade. Oh. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, the pattern provider just works. Super clean. And it saves you the hassle of having all of the routers. Like, I had to do routers for most of the other, like, R stuff I've automated, and certainly for this many loop fabricators and simulation chambers. But I was able to save a router there and just set this up. But the key to that is this blocking mode to make sure to set it to not push crafting ingredients if the inventory contains a pattern input. You can do it with modular routers, though. It functions just fine. All right, what were we looking at here? This guy, chemical reactor. We got all that set up, I think. What else are we missing? Make sure none of this is... Should all still be working. chlorine still doing its thing? Where's our salt at? Did we break this in the middle of it craft? No, it's the next one over. This one. Should be doing salt and chlorine. I don't even know. Chromium hydrochloric solution. Hopefully it's still working. I mean, I have MA for all power ingredients, but for all the added recipes, that'll be nice. I agree. Does anybody know a good way to automate ours without modular routers and all these shenanigans? I don't. I mean, you could technically use pipes probably and just filter imports and exports. But like, especially for some of the simple R stuff, like making source gems, just putting a pattern provider below it to tell it to push blocks and then telling it to not push more blocks until it's made a, whatever the new thing is and pull it back. It's pretty simple. All right. I'm thinking we might have gotten stuck on salt. Maybe. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be making more chlorine and it's not, but that's whatever. I honestly, at this point, that's fine. Let's just go move on to the next thing, which is the large, this guy, large advanced motor still. Planning on argon. We got the vinyl chloride made. Styrene butadiene rubber. Styrene. Jeez. Okay, so chemical reactor, styrene butadiene, add lead. That's easy. I'm assuming most of these are just going to be combining other things again. Acetylene. Yep, you're right. That is acetylene. Okay. Styrene rubber. Why on earth? First of all, that's just a dumb pattern in the first place. That one. Make it. So then we need styrene butadiene. Assuming I said that. Why do I keep making dumb patterns? Somebody please explain this to me. Because those are not the ones we're trying to make here. Trying to make this one, but from here. No, I'm not in. So, encoding. In here. That one. Is the one we've already made. So then, we want this one. Butadiene styrene. That actually makes a ton of sense. Then we need this guy. Which has two inputs that we at least already have. I think all of these are just chemical reactor recipes. That has two things we already have. Chemical reactor, distillery. I'm going to need another distillery for that, but we can actually do it. Did a bunch of drawers limited to 252 items for each S. So that makes a lot of sense. Ours will be updated very soon and have a pattern provider for ours. That would be sick. With ours integrated dynamics, that mod has a lot of configurable complex things. That's very, very true. Do you have a tutorial on your big ME network cube as well? I think I should get that started right now. There is a video that I would recommend following from one of my friends that I'm actually working on an SMP with. His name's Ksaw. KSAW. And his video is titled The Only ME Controller You Will Ever Need. I would highly recommend watching that video. It is by far the best design I have seen for any ME controller thus far. So this needs to go to distillery. The rest of these need to go in there. I'm going to make 2 more distilleries. At least. I may make more. Go back here. D. Distillery. 2 of them. Start them. Because this one, I want to have entirely dedicated to ethylene. So that way I can actually set it in here. Ethylene. To just make ethylene. And then lock it. Otherwise, it becomes quite complicated to keep these distilleries straight. So actually, I probably have to make another one too. So that one is for benzene. This one is for sulfuric light fuel. I'm gonna have to make at least 2. But then I think there was a third one we were just looking at for actually creating something in the distillery. I don't know. That one's definitely one we're doing. Methane I'm probably going to need as well. Removed everything connected to the inner cell except the reactor. Set the inner cell to receive all sides. Didn't power the cell, but the reactor drained the power and won't run. It has everything it needs. That's crazy. That means the power is going somewhere. It's draining the power to something. You might open your inner cell up and see what it's doing. All right. How far along are my distilleries? Yeah, they're coming along. They're getting there, that's for sure. Hey, I might just make one more because I think I'm going to need it. I do think our pressurizer may have stalled on something. Probably the chlorine, but it looks like it's still crafting other ingredients as well, so I don't want to cancel it yet. But I'm going to wait till it completely stops and is not crafting anything else, then we'll probably cancel and restart it. So, no distilleries yet. Make sure you're not sending energy into the reactor. I found out acts like an energy void. Ooh, I didn't know that. So for this, oh, we're missing a lot more now. Butadiene, benzene. So I need recipes for those two. Those aren't this one. Benzene. I need to get butadiene. That. Chemical reactor or distillery. This is the one we're making. So we need to make a pattern for it. In a distillery, we're going to do that. So 3 distilleries for sure. This one's making 2, that one's making 1. Sweet, okay. Is the reactor... That's also a decent question. Making sure the reactor's turned on is definitely a good thought. All right. Making sure nothing's crazy broke. Should be good. Should be good. Okay. That one's still going. This one is still cooking. Making the last couple things here, and then we should be able to make these 3. I'm going to need to run a little bit more cable for them. And then I will also need a couple more. What are they called? Cables. Got to run some cableage for it. So one of them's going to go there, or put it like that. One of them will likely go here. There's that one. Actually, it's going to go here. I've spaced all of these out perfectly so far, and I'm not about to ruin that now. So that one there, this one here. That's right. Yep. All right, so one more space, throw another power in there, and then hopefully our 3 distilleries finish. Actually, we're going to need one more behind that too, beyond that, because our pressurizer eventually will finish and get made. We'll want that to have some room as well. So that should be all 8 channels for outputting into pattern providers and then importing back in with import buses. Turn pattern providers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way it can request it. And then import buses. 2, 3, and 4. And then I need a whole bunch of acceleration cards. Acceleration cards. Gonna max each one of these out real quick. 3 and 4. Now, is this still working? They should be making. See. I'm not making any nuclear waste. I turned on my reactor, right? I have like a 50-50 feeling that I'm going to go in here and this is blown up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But why? What? Why? It had... Oh, they both blew too. Oh, that's fun. That's great. Okay, well, we're going to work on that in another time. So much for having my antimatter all figured out. Jeez. I hate fission reactors. That's why they're in the other dimension too. If I felt had any confidence that they would work correctly in this dimension, I'd build them here. But I don't. And I never have. Yeah, time to call FEMA for real. Mining dimension's toast. Alright, should just have a couple things left on each of these. Quartz dust. Be pretty easy to craft though. Those are getting pretty close, then we can throw them in here. And we'll get our 3 patterns put in, and then the only thing we need to remember to do is for each of the patterns, we got to actually set it in here for what it's going to make, so that way it knows, and it doesn't try to pick other things. Because that's the problem I've had before. The last time, it put the ethylene, or it put the steam cracked fuel in here and created something completely different from ethylene. What was that, so that I can... Modern... Not that. This stuff. Acetylene. I don't think any of these are that, right? So I probably should make some more of that. Just happened to me on the nine. That's fallen chosen redstone protection guide and still exploded. One config change letter and it'll never happen again. I should do that. I really should do that. I think it's dumb. Like the whole mechanic of it exploding is dumb, especially when it needs so much water and that mechanic is so finicky to begin with. Like the only reason that thing could potentially even possibly explode is if it runs out of water, right? I have 6 sinks here with ultimate pipe upgrades all pumping into there, but for some reason it just decides it wants to disconnect. The concept of that is mind-bogglingly stupid to me. I find it quite dumb. And so yeah, we ignore it. And then we're gonna go in. We're gonna use a single command. We're gonna wipe all of the nuclear radiation, or we're just gonna wait for the 2 hours and then wipe all the nuclear radiation, get rid of the nuclear radiation, rebuild them, and then just set them to run. I should have just left them off. That would have been a much better way to do it. It can happen during chunk loading on Reddit. Yes, it does. It just happens. That's what I've been saying. Like, when I showed it off the first time, I pointed out that I put it in there, and whenever I load into the world, for some reason the water doesn't just work because the chunk just loaded. Yeah, it just doesn't put the water in there, and so it just explodes. And so I have to turn it off every time I get on and off the server, which just, again, is dumb. I don't like it. I hate mods that punish you for using the mods features, like having things below or curses from overusing a machine. Yeah, I agree. It's so stupid. I'm glad we're all in agreement there. It doesn't change the fact that my fusion reactor just blew up and I'm gonna have to find a way to get it to go again. But honestly, oh, that one does have a really fun explosion. That thing's big. I've seen people put that thing in a cardboard box before and then hand it to somebody. Probably one of the funniest animations I've ever seen in my life. But I think what I'm gonna do is probably just make a max size one on the fission reactor and then hope for the best. Because I don't really need that much more. Like, I think I just need 2 antimatter pellets per star, which is like 32 total, and I've already got like 20 of them. So I'm not too worried about getting more, but I do need more. So it means eventually I'm gonna have to rebuild it. Yeah, it is a fun explosion though. Definitely right about that. I feel like I'm watching a pot boil. I guess that's the only downside to auto crafting all of this, is I'm not actually the one doing it. But I do think this has officially... No, it's not. We're still making some titanium stuff. Tiny chromium dust. What should that be running in? This in here. But it doesn't look like it is. Also, why is the import bus not pulling chromium hydrochloric solution with... Oh, it should just run. Oh, that's on me. Ah, I messed that up. I forgot that the overdrive module locks the crafting recipe in place. I totally forgot about that. So when I put the overdrive module in there earlier, it made it actually not being able to do anything else. That's funny. I definitely broke that, so it should still continue to work and craft everything else I need. Oh, okay. This is close. A little bit more silicon and some copper bolts. That's getting really close. Okay. Should just have those in here. Is there anything else I'm missing for that large... Did I get the acetylene? I don't think I ever made the acetylene one. Because I need to make 18 of these total. So obviously I'm going to be missing some other stuff. But the important one is that I've got all of the chemicals automated. Monzonite crushed dust. I will need some more of that. It's good to know. Tiny lead dust. I'll need more. Silver ingots. Do you plan on going for the quantum armor or the mecha suit? I don't know yet. The quantum stuff is something I want to make a video about. Those are some very fast. Yeah, no, they're so excruciatingly slow because the machines are slow. Acetylene, benzene, butadiene. So those three, sulfuric light fuel. Yeah, those three I'm making stuff for, which is fine. Make 20, whatever. The controller case I made doesn't look like yours, and honestly, it's too much for what I need. Run past yours real quick. If you, yeah, I can definitely do that. Michael, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think I'm like one member away, and the only reason I say this is because it's cool for y'all. At one more member on my YouTube channel, there's a little banner at the top that will show up on my homepage, and it'll list off all of the members. So it'll show all of your icons on there. Just to throw it out there, I'm at 7, and that doesn't show up until we're at 8. Just throwing it out there so you guys know. Quantum armor is very OP with all the upgrades. The only armor that comes close to that is the Dire Eclipse armor. Gotcha. Controller. So yeah, I'll show you. Come check out the base. Yeah, at some point for sure. So this is a controller I made. It's a 7x7 block. And then on each of the sides, you just come 2 into the middle. If you put the middle block in here, it breaks. But each one of the sides on each one of these blocks gives you 32 lanes. And all you do is throw a wireless connector on it and connect it. Here it is. Hopefully that helps. The one case I made is so cool though, just because it takes ME to like the next level. It's super crazy and cool. But yeah, there's that. Does that show you what the thing is? Because it's the same on every single side. It's just literally this 7x7, and then you come in by 2 on each side. Isn't there an AE device you can use to transfer items from a small cell to a larger cell? Yes, I've never had to do that. I don't remember what it is. The reason I've never done that is because I started out with some 1Ks, and then went like basically immediately from 1Ks to 64, and then straight to 256. So you can just throw it in here if you want, and you just make more. ME IO port. Yes, that's what it is. This, which one is it? This guy. You can use this. I have one. I just forgot what it was for. Thanks for that. Yeah, no problem. No. It's insane. What he built is crazy. So I totally get that. Don't place blocks down, please. I don't think there's much reason to make OP armors aside from just because since they aren't really... Yes, you're totally right. That's part of the reason why I haven't put much thought into it, because, you know, just why, but you can't. I want to get rid of all of my 1 and 4Ks. Yes, that's the way to do it. I didn't. I just literally kept going with it, throwing it all in there, and eventually it'll be bad, but whatever. Jet armor is your favorite for utility? I don't think I've ever looked into that. Jet armor. Oh, are we just talking about the... No. The jetpack... Oh, for the mechanism? Or the armored jetpack? JTD. Oh, you spelled it wrong. Got it. Oh, the Just Dire Things. Yep. Just Dire Things armor. Got it. Got it. Honestly, that is a mod that I need to get into more. Forge Energy, Eclipse Alloy. Is Eclipse Alloy the highest level ones? Or they're higher? And they have a bunch of, yeah, a bunch of upgrades for everything too. I need to get into Just Dire Things, but I have not yet. It will happen eventually, I promise. Crafting 10 bolts. The 10 bolts should happen over here. Thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Where's our 10 bolts at? Once again, running very, very slowly. ATM10 is my first mod pack. I played and I haven't touched Vanilla MC since the 2010s. Only video once. Your videos have been nothing short of astonishing and helped me get through it. Thank you. No problem at all. I'm very glad they're helpful. The next video also will be helpful if you ever decide to get into modern industrialization, because this mod is like stepping on nails, Legos, and kicking your pinky toe on the corner of a table all at the same time. That's what this is. And so I'm trying to find a way to like streamline this as like a progress kind of thing. So I've left every machine I built, even if I upgraded it, I've left it up. So that way I can walk through step by step how to do it. Oh, is it buffering? That's not buffering for me. And show exactly what everything does. So hopefully that'll be helpful. Kicking your pinky toe is, yo, Webster, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So we should be at 8 members now, I think, which means that hopefully at the top of YouTube, there's a banner that shows all of your icons. Maybe somebody will have to tell me if it's there because I can't pull it up right now, but let me know if it's actually there. But yes, kicking the pinky toe is so much worse than your big toe. Yeah, you're the 8th man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Or at least that's my opinion. I don't know. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Kicking your big toe can't possibly hurt as much as your pinky toe. Because that's just like a level of pain that's unbearable. These are just... It's excruciating to sit here and watch this. I probably ought to... So these are the 2 machines that I'm still using that are like the base level machines. And I think they're running a little too slow for this to be that one's not that bad. That's not bad at all. Yes, the banner thing. You'll have to go to like it should be on my YouTube homepage. And at the top, it should show a banner with members, and it should have all of the members' icons at the top, I think. Big toe has more mass to absorb the shock. Yes, exactly. That's probably the most scientific reason I may have ever heard for exactly why it hurts more, but you're so right. That is entirely correct. All right, so we're getting close here. Okay, so that's making that sulfuric acid we need. And, oh, that's all needed for stainless steel. I forgot about that. Surface area is a difference too. Again, I love how scientific this is getting. Pinky toe is worse because if you are some big brain and you have to admit that something called a pinky toe puts you out of commission. I get that. I relate to that. You're so right. Pinky toe sucks, yes. Calls it the weak toe. The weak toe. That's funny. That's hilarious. So can anybody see it? Is it a banner yet? Is it there? I could probably pull it up over here. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up on my iPad real quick. Where's YouTube at? YouTube. Maybe me. Go to my channel. I don't see it. Why don't I see it? All right, I'm gonna have to look at it later. But that should have been 8. I think that should be it. We'll have to check it out here in a bit though. right, did any of these finish? Schedule 80 more silicon plates? That's so gross. I have a question concerning offline progression. I'm playing in single player, not on a server. Will this inhibit any progress, or are there workarounds? There are workarounds. So there are ups and downs to playing in single player versus playing on a server. If you're playing in single player, I would recommend not setting up this mystical agriculture farm, and I would recommend using a router with an activator module and a supremium scythe, and making an entirely different mystical ag farm that will go a lot faster. Downside to that is it causes a lot more lag, especially if there's several people with several of those farms on the same server that are all loaded at the same time. If you're in single player, it shouldn't matter as much. So there are some different methods I would use to getting materials, because you're just going to need a ton of materials. That's the only thing that that would possibly be a downside to playing single player. Hopefully that helps. All right, these are taking forever. I'm just going to sit here and AFK this unless it's just you on a server. That's a very good point too. Something you will have to do the calculation, miss on a ton of resources. Basically, if you're not there, there will be no. Yes, that's true. Yeah. So it just means when you are on, you need stuff to be working really, really fast. But again, I'm going to call it there. I need to go get some dinner. This stuff is taking too long, and I don't want to make you guys just sit here and stare at this non-progression. So I'm going to call it. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all the members and everything. I'm going to check out and see if I can get that banner up, and I'll probably post a thing on it on the YouTube stuff. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys. I'm planning to stream Wednesday night, 5:30, same time. I'll see you guys then. Thank you all. Good night. Bye.